So, if you're wondering why you felt maybe fatigued today or tired or had a headache, well, I'm going to show you what I found in the satellite. And if you don't see this from me, Stacy Sills also gives great reports. But I had to lay down today and I didn't understand why I wasn't feeling good at all. And this would be why. This is the electromagnetic field showing all the radiation that hit our islands. And when I was watching the maps, it happened more than once, I think maybe 5 times today. Not this, but you'll see the digi, as it's called, but these breaks in that red line. You can see this significantly on the satellite. And this radar is a governmental satellite radar coming from NextSat, and I'll show you how I find the information. Okay. First thing you have to do is go to NextSat Naval Weather Satellite, and this is where you'll find the information. You will want to click on the map and it takes you to an interesting place. Obviously I'm going to click on where it's the Pacific coast. And this will take you, it's kind of tricky, to just an area which shows you water vapors and information that you don't care about. You have to go to the right place to show the radioactive activity being done above your head. So I figured this out over time. You can look at the information here on the PDF that they have. You can slide through. There's a lot of great information. It shows you everything that they cover in this project, and I do hope that they keep this satellite up. They probably don't figure enough of us are looking at it these days, and that's fine. Goes through all the areas of the world that they are keeping track of, which makes you wonder about the agenda as a whole, seeing that they're watching the entire world when it comes to weather. Don't worry about these weird blackouts. That's just because of the fact that the globe is, they're trying to flatten out the globe, so that's what those black lines are for. But there are areas where you'll see complete blackouts on the satellite, which I always found suspicious. So now you want to go down here to these bottom areas where you see the globes, and you want to go, obviously, if you're in Hawaii, to the one that says Pacific. You need to hover over them because these words underneath it do not go, they're not the link. So then you'll slide down, come to Northeast Pacific Hawaii, and click on that and let that load in. And then what you want to do is come over to the selection of all the different choices that you have. Now they have many choices of what you can pick, but what you're looking for are the clouds, the low clouds, and you want to go GOES. Then you want to come up and you can archive it to get the most recent information, or you can do what's happening instantly right now, which you'll find some interesting things that happen when I show you what's happens. I think this went over from 8 o'clock to 12 or something of that sort. Then you want to go instant, and what this will do is very quickly it's going to show you the satellite feed over a few hours, and you're going to see some funky things. You're not going to recognize the stuff you need to look at right away until you slow it down. So I always tell everyone to just go up to the top where there's the speed buttons, and then you want to slow this down so much, and then you can start paying attention to what is happening on the satellite feed. So now you'll see that I've slowed it down enough to be able to take a look to see different frames, and oh, see right there, I just saw it, frame 14. Look at frame 14. You can go back to the slider. What are all these strange lines here? This is very bizarre. So let me keep playing. I want to see what's happening. It blacks out right after those lines are shown right across the whole entire region of the Pacific. So I keep playing it to see what else is happening. It's hard to understand this if you're not a scientist, and that's why they don't expect the normal person to pick this up. Oh, there it is again. So now I'm going to go back to frame what looks like 28, and look at this. This is what Stacy refers to as the digis, but what happens is when the electromagnetic fields hit the clouds, it makes these very bizarre lines in the clouds, and that is radiation. And it blocked out again, which I thought was very interesting. I don't know if you just saw that one, but if you watch closely, oh yes, this is the biggest one right there. So let's go to 33. You can see all the bizarre lines across the satellite feed in the low clouds. And the low clouds are what they are seeding with the aluminum and barium and strontium. But here's where it's really interesting. You want to see what it looks like when they zap us? Right, wait for it, right there. That is what it looks like when they zap us. And you can still see these red lines. So when they zap on top of the clouds, it leaves those red kind of lateral lines. And then there's the leftover effects of it. And when you see the clouds outside, more often than not, they have what looks like waffle patterns on them because of this. I found it very interesting that from, it looked like almost 12 o'clock to 16:45, all of that was blocked out. And I found that interesting because I was very fatigued from 12 o'clock till just about now. And so this is bizarre to me. Why is all of this completely dark? So let's go over some of these details again as I go into my next feed, and I'll show these to you closely, one frame at a time. Feeling fatigued or dehydrated all of a sudden, this would explain it. Those lines across the islands. Let me zoom in. Right here, you can see all those lines. Those are identification of radiation that's hitting on top of us. Then it's blacked out. We wonder why. This happens often on this feed today, so it makes me wonder what they've been doing all day, and you've probably been feeling it. So please detox. There it is again, blacked out once again. And this happens a few more times in this feed, so let's take a look more closely. The next thing you'll notice is all the red lines coming across, especially Big Island of Hawaii. And this is what Stacey Dees refers to as digi, and so obvious. That's not normal cloud formation, and then they black it out again. Let me freeze frame that so you can take a better look. But it doesn't stop there. Take a look at this frame. There it is again. Not as significant, but we'll see more. Let's continue. This frame right here is the most significant evidence of the radiation pulse, but it's even worse. Check out this little video that I'm adding in of the California coastline. It's not just here on top of Hawaii, it's also across the entire world. What can I say? Stay healthy, do your best to detox, and please go onto this website yourself and look at what's happening. It's not just something that we're making up, and certainly no one's altering the graphics on this. This is actually happening real time each day. So if you ever wonder why you're super fatigued, I would suggest you pull this up and you see if there was any kind of digi radiation pulse going on in your area, and that can explain a lot of the health issues that everyone is going through right now. Okay? All right. Aloha from Maui, Hawaii. Stay safe. Make it allow Kali.